So we've covered sports performance side, and again, I haven't covered. Obviously, I only covered a few sports, and I've given few examples. But really, the majority of the physical qualities that I presented for those sports will apply to the rest of the sports. Okay, probably 99% of those physical qualities will translate to any other sport. Okay. So obviously, the main thing from this is that strength and conditioning can help um, with can benefit all sports. Okay. So in terms of health and fitness, again, you don't need to be an athlete to use strength and conditioning methods in your training. Okay, but it will help you to increase lean muscle mass, size, lose weight. Again, depends what your goal is. Okay. But it has to be designed and at least partially delivered by a qualified and supervised by a qualified and experienced professional. Okay. In terms of injury rehab and prevention, I am not a qualified physio, but I am qualified and experienced enough to deliver early to end stage injury rehab as long as I have initial assessment from the physio. So, once I have the injury details and assessment and feedback from the physio, I can take this information and I can design and deliver the program to you here at the school. Okay, so rather than you going to physio and paying a lot of money for the weekly sessions for however long that might be, you might go just for the initial assessment to get the injury details, and then obviously you can come to me with that, and I'll be able to work with you. Okay, and again, my own philosophy is that the best way to return from injury or to reduce the risk of getting injured is not loads of stretching or stability ball exercises that you might see on social media or given by the physios, but a well-rounded, gradually progressive strength, mobility, and power program. Okay, and I think that's where physios lacking. Okay, they're very good at a lot of mobility, flexibility, and stability exercises, but they're not that good at providing good strength and power program, and that's what's required if you want to get back to the previous level before you got injured, okay, of your sporting performance, and potentially to obviously even get better. Okay, so in terms of specifically strength and conditioning for youth athletes, um, again, there are quite a few myths associated with that, and one of them is resistance training safe for the young athlete. And again, a lot of the professional organizations and a lot of the research studies concluded that it is safe for the young athletes to engage in a structured S&C program as long as it's been designed, delivered, and supervised by a professional. Okay. Another thing is, will resistance training stunt your growth? The short answer is no. Again, multiple studies shown that if it's designed by an experienced and a knowledgeable and qualified professional, so you're taking into consideration your training load, training intensity, training volume, rest, your age, your goals, and again, you need to have that science background to be able to do that. Okay, so based on that one, if you design a good strength and conditioning program, it will help with your growth, okay? Because obviously it will strengthen your muscles, it will strengthen your joints. So then the bones will grow stronger and better. Okay, and there are obviously multiple other benefits in terms of improved muscular strength and power. And again, it will not make you slow and bulky if done properly. Okay, so that's one of the another myths. And if it's designed appropriately, it will improve your maximal strength, it will improve your power, which in result will help you to be faster. So obviously it will not make you slow and bulky unless the goal is to become slightly bigger, for example, for rugby. Okay. Then we've got improved cardiovascular risk profile. So again, decreased blood pressure, cholesterol, and improved body composition. So again, depending on your fitness goals, strength and conditioning can help with that. We've got improved motor skill performance, so that's your sprinting, jumping, changing direction, decreased risk of injury, improved self-confidence, and at the top you see there are three pyramids, and the quote says, "The wider the base, the bigger the peak." Okay, so basically what it says is the earlier you can get engaged in a structured strength and conditioning program, the more advantage you will have once you once you're 19, 20 years old, and at that time obviously already might be somewhere thinking about semi-professional, professional level, or just in general playing sports at a competitive level. If you've already been engaged in a structured, progressive strength and conditioning program for already 6-7 years, you're obviously going to have a massive advantage, a massive physical performance advantage over your opponents in terms of speed, strength, etc. Okay. So, what are the next steps? Again, obviously, as you can imagine, these first few weeks or so, they're not your usual weeks that the way you would start your school. But the information will follow from myself via email as well as from head of sports regarding how the strength and conditioning sessions will work for sports. Okay, but the main times that they will be run, okay, will be the new extracurricular program led by Mr. Partington. Okay, and again that will not start in the next 2 or 3 weeks probably. Hopefully it will start in a month's time, and that's you're going to be 4:30 till 5:30 after the school. I think 2 or 3 times per week. Okay, and you obviously in one of those days you'll be able to sign up for strength and conditioning sessions. So obviously sports scholars, athletes that are involved in first team. That's the time where you can book in for your strength and conditioning session. Early morning sessions hopefully will restart as well, and some of those will be structured with myself. Some of those will be open sessions. Lunchtime sessions, as they've been running for previous years. I'm not sure about that yet, but hopefully I'll be able to put those back in as well. Obviously, it all depends how the lunch will run in a few weeks' time. And then obviously one-to-one sessions, you can book those as well, especially for those that are involved in competitive sports that are not widely supported by the school. Okay, so if you're competitively involved in sport outside of school and that sport is not available to do, you're not able to do a sport at the school, and you want to improve your physical performance, again, you can contact me and you can arrange one-to-one sessions with myself. Okay, and then particularly lower and upper six, obviously you've got your free periods. Some of you can have more than the others, but again, you can use that time to book your strength and conditioning sessions, especially those that are on sports scholarships. Okay, so if you've got free periods throughout the school day, you can book in one-to-one sessions with myself during those times. Okay, but be proactive. Contact me for more details. My email is on the screen. Okay, if you want to find out some more details about strength and conditioning, about the sessions, when they're going to run, how you can book. Maybe you already want to book them in advance, so you can contact me via email, or if you see me walking around the school, you can just talk to me in person, obviously. You can follow school's strength and conditioning page on Instagram, and you can also follow my private coaching business account on Instagram as well if you want to. But the main, obviously, point of contact is the email. Apart from that, I'm looking forward to working with you all again. And again, I look forward to seeing you all again, coming back to your sports, working with myself in the gym, and just in general, getting better in your sports and becoming better athletes.